effects of a volcanic eruption, sound of a volcano. In this class, we will learn about the effects of volcanic eruption. We know that for the volcanic eruption, there will be some positive effects and some negative effects. So we can call them as constructive and destructive effects. What may be the constructive effects of the volcanic eruption? It leads to the formation of a large number of landforms. For example, volcanic peaks. Volcanic peaks which is having a cone shape. It leads to the formation of volcanic plateaus also. So these landforms, they will be very fertile. Means after the volcanic eruption, lava solidifies, that leads to the formation of large rocks. These rocks, they will slowly disintegrate through the weathering activities, that leads to the formation of very fertile soil which is very rich in minerals. This soil, they are agriculturally very good. They will be able to provide more productivity or more yield from the agricultural crops. So today we can learn about the landforms which is formed by the volcanic eruption and what are the destructive effects. Volcanic plateaus are the most important landforms formed by the fissure eruption. So plateaus formed by the fissure eruption, there slowly lava spreading over the surface of the earth. Further eruptions that will leads to the layer by layer deposition of the lava, and this leads to the formation of lava plateaus. For example, the peninsular plateau in India, especially the western part of the peninsular plateau. It is also known as Deccan Plateau. Some other examples, the Ethiopian Plateau in Africa, Columbian Plateau in North America. All these are examples of volcanic plateaus or lava plateaus. Another important landform, it is a volcanic peak. So they have a cone-shaped peak. That is why they are known as volcanic mountains. So these mountains, they are formed by the volcanic eruption. The materials ejected by the volcanoes, that will be known as bombs. So the materials that come on the earth's surface, that leads to the formation of a diversified landforms within the volcanic mountains itself. Some examples, the Mauna Loa in Hawaii, Kilauea in Pacific Ocean itself. So these mountains, they are having very high altitude. Actually, they are based on the floor, ocean floors. From there, they have kilometers of height, more than 9,000 meters height from the ocean floor. Their surface only we are able to see on the water bodies. So they are named as volcanic islands, that I told you in the previous classes. So you just imagine these volcanic peaks, they have height more than the Mount Everest. Then another example, Cotopaxi, which is in the South American continent. Mount Fuji in Japan. All these are examples of volcanic mountains. And the third landform, it is the volcanic plains. Volcanic eruption, when it leads to the formation of a plain terrain. So the lava deposition, the eruption of volcano, and that leads to the flow of lava in large amount, and when they solidify in the form of a plain terrain, that is the volcanic plain. So these volcanic plains also an important extrusive landform. So the landforms that form on the earth's surface, that is the extrusive landform. They are the volcanic plateau, volcanic mountains and volcanic plains. In rocks chapter, we learned about some intrusive landforms like dike, laccolith, batholith, sills, etc. They are intrusive landforms. The Western Victorian Plains in the state of Victoria in Australia, that is the best example of volcanic plains. Another important landform formed by the volcanic eruption is Caldera Lake. This happens due to the continuous eruption. When the continuous eruption that leads to the blowing up of the volcanic peak or summit of the volcano, that leads to the formation of a depression in the volcanic peak. So sometimes the last eruption that may be very slowly or that may be not much stronger, that time this type of landforms or depressions forming, and when water is filling in that depression, it leads to the formation of a caldera lake. So in USA there is one large caldera lake. It is named as Crater Lake in USA. It is having 10 kilometer width and it is the deepest lake in the state of USA or in the country of USA. Next is they are not landforms, they are like the water bodies. Otherwise we can say the fountains. They are named as geysers. In the volcanic region, the rock, they have always very high temperature. So the water which is collected in these rock layers, they will be always very hot. When the temperature is very high, this water will become very hot and they slowly rises up to the surface of the earth. That time, due to high temperature and pressure, they will form into steam, and when they come to the surface of the earth, very slowly it cools down and rising over the surface as geysers. Geysers means they are the fountains. So these fountains of hot water, they will be going very high in the earth surface. So the fountains that formed by the volcanic activity, it is not related with the volcanic eruption, it is related with the volcanic activity which is going on below the underground. Yellowstone National Park in USA, it is having a very large geyser or very attractive one. It is named as Old Faithful in Yellowstone National Park in USA. That is the best example for the geysers. And hot springs. Hot springs, they are the springs that slowly flowing through the surface of the earth. Here also the water which is collected in the rock layers, they have contact with the rocks, have the contact with the magma region or volcanic region. Due to that, the water getting heated, and this water that flowing through the surface, that is the hot springs. In Japan and all, these hot springs and the water collected in the lakes and all, that is used for medicinal purpose because they have many mineral contents, so they are able to cure many diseases. That is what believed by the Japanese people, and it is a truth also. In India, the sulfur hot springs in the Manikaran Valley, it is in Himachal Pradesh. These sulfur hot springs are used for medicinal purpose, especially for some skin diseases. And this volcanic region, it is having another important positive aspect, that is the water which is collected in the rock strata. That means the hot water which is heated by the volcanic activity, it is used for the generation of geothermal energy. So many countries which is having volcanic activities, those regions, they are using this hot water. Actually, this hot water, when it is coming to the surface of the earth, it is having extreme high pressure. They produce steam. that steam only used for running the turbines and to generate the energy. So this energy is using in many countries which is in the volcanic region. In India also, this Manikaran Valley using this water for the generation of geothermal energy. The scenic beauty of the volcanic region that attract many people. So these volcanic regions are tourist locations also. In India, barren islands in the Andaman Nicobar island groups, that is the only active volcanic region in India. These regions attract many tourists, and volcanic studies also going on here in the barren islands. Volcanic tourism as well as studies related to volcanic activities also going on in such areas. Then what are the destructive effects of volcanic activity? So we know the volcanic eruption that leads to the destruction of a large area, the spread of the lava, ashes and the dust particles that is able to cover a large area, that will destroy the life of human beings, animals and the cultivated lands also. Sometimes the ashes that covering the agricultural region that completely destroy the crops, standing crops. And these volcanic eruption that leads to the formation of large clouds, this can lead to heavy rainfall that finally leads to the occurrence of floods and landslides. Again, the life and property is destroyed by the volcanic eruption. And in some regions, this volcanic activity, especially in the oceans, the countries which is bounded by the volcanic region and they have the presence of oceans, means the island groups like Philippines, Japan, Indonesia, etc., always experiencing tsunami because of the volcanic eruption that taking place in the Pacific Ocean. I told you earlier, this volcanic eruption that eject a large amount of hydrogen sulfide, sulfur dioxide, carbon dioxide, etc. into the atmosphere, that leads to the atmospheric pollution. So the destructive effects are the loss of life and property due to the spread of lava and ashes, and the spread of lava or ashes over the land region that leads to the destruction of agricultural land. It emits many poisonous gases into the atmosphere that leads to atmospheric pollution. In oceanic region, the volcanic eruption can lead to the occurrence of tsunami and landslide that will take a large number of life and property. That's all for today. Have a nice day.